Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Stout from the Hot Moving Podcast, and it didn't take long for Antonio Brown to find a way to screw up his team. The Albany Empire officially got booted out of the NAL, National Arena Football League. Now, we know the litany of issues from this team going back a couple months, just, players not getting paid, not being able to access their hotels, coaches are getting hired and fired, quick turnover rate. You know what I'm saying? Antonio Brown saying now he's going to suit up and play, never saw the field. He did like one semi-walk through practice, and that's all we got from Antonio Brown. So they got booted out because the board members said that Antonio Brown was failing to pay league operating costs, right? Every team has to pay about 1/7 of the operations. And Antonio Brown, when he got the team, made one purchase in April that he decided to renege on that purchase, on his bill for the operating cost. Okay. And then got that money credited back. The league wanted that money back. His accountant informed the league that Antonio Brown has zero intentions on paying that his part of the operating cost. Therefore, they had an emergency meeting and decided to boot them out. The team was 1-6. They were not playing very well. And here we are. This is the same guy who wanted to offer Cam Newton $150,000 to play one game. I'm sure Cam Newton was never going to entertain that as he's trying to get back into the league or wants to get back into the league. But I mean, could you imagine if Cam Newton actually agreed to do it? Probably wouldn't even see any money. The check probably would have bounced, probably would have got partial funds. At this point, and I'm saying it again because I've said it in other videos before, I don't know why people still want to do business with Antonio Brown. Everything he touches turns to complete trash, and this is no other, right? I mean, look, you see Antonio Brown on the team, you're like, okay, considering his track record, his mental state, you know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think he was in the best healthy state of mind and show the maturity to run a team and run a football team in a league, right? Albeit it's the arena league, it's small, but hey, if you do well in this, this could be a stepping stone to build something bigger, to have real ownership in other leagues or something like that. And no, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't do it, failed horribly. Don't want to make payments, don't want to fulfill your financial obligations as being an owner or a part owner, whatever he is. You know what I'm saying? He had his whole this team was owned under a weird trustee. He had it under a weird name, but we all know it was Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is just poor business, but I'm not surprised because this is right up his alley of the foolishness. He has a Hall of Fame record. He has a Hall of Fame resume on the field, and he has a Hall of Fame resume off the field as well, right? And not in a good way either. You know what I'm saying? So sucks for the players. The rest of the season has been canceled. It sucks for the other teams in the league. So he's also hurt the other teams that were expecting to play the Albany Empire, and now they've been wiped from the schedule, and the teams have to adjust. It's just Antonio Brown has just been very cancerous throughout his career, honestly. It sucks that, and this is why when it comes to black ownership in sports and businesses, people aren't going to take it seriously, and it's not fair, right? And it's just being real, right? It's not some weird racial thing, but it's some component to it, right? Because think about it, black people always want to have ownership. They talk about you need to own and have ownership and be in these circles. Okay, albeit it's the arena league, here's an opportunity to show get an ownership. It's small, but see how you do. You know what I'm saying? See how you can really maximize you're being like try to be a big fish in a small pond. See how much attraction and attention you can generate for your team, level them up, and get some national exposure. You already have a big name, cool. And then people can start coming and like, oh, I like this league, and you can help promote the league and be better. No, missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So now, going forward, other black people that want to, have ownership is going to look at the Antonio Brown model and is going to be unfairly judged against that fool. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to be totally unfair. But why would the co-owners agree with him to be ownership of the team in the first place? I have no idea. Just a complete joke of Antonio Brown is. So you know what? He's done at this point. He has to sell the team or get voted out or just sell his position and new ownership can come in and pay the operation fee so they can be reinserted back into the league. But what an absolute mess, a travesty this was. This failed experiment of ownership with Antonio Brown. This was never going to work in the first place, and here we are, right? So anyways, guys, let me know what y'all thoughts about this nonsense. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.